Hi, YouTube. I hope you're doing well. I'm doing okay. Could be a little bit better, honestly, but I am getting stronger every day in some respects. It's just like, yeah, some other ways, it's never ending. Such is life. It's kind of cloudy and gloomy out. I thought about going down by my creek and filming, but I thought, no, I had a feeling some people actually wanted to see me today. So it's like, well, okay, hi. Glad you're here. So I had a very interesting experience yesterday. I'll tell you about that. But first, I think I'll tell you what's like the top of the news and my thoughts on that. And then I'll go to what's going on with my yesterday. So just a moment. I don't know that it would happen, but it's highly possible. But wouldn't it be cool if Elon Musk got all the child pornography that a lot of people have tried to keep off of Twitter and totally took unemployed homeless people and put them in charge of getting and okay, that and things related and pertaining to any kind of trafficking or whatever. And then also, if he would ban every single government world leader off the Twitter, because the mere fact that there's supposed to be, okay, we're in the United States of America are supposed to be one nation under God. And most people, the majority of the people, believe that God is the God of goodness, not the God of force or darkness. You know, perhaps a light bringer, but not the light bearer, you know, and which are two different types of light, believe me. one's imitation, one's the real deal. So, okay, but anyway, if he could get like say like Biden and um everybody like that, any affiliated with the deep state and thereof, any of the alphabet agencies, any of them, get them, NASA, get them all the hell off of Twitter. At least the people would have one place to go where, like, if you had God in your heart, um, Eli, Elon, rather, um, could literally turn on the dark cabal and help the people and actually become so righteous that people would actually even like him. Wouldn't that be a miracle? I mean, maybe yes to like prosthetics and parts of mind control with nerve endings like they can do, but the rest of all that funky stuff and metaverse and all that, that's just like, that's too unnecessary. Buying property in in the ether, you know, playing a board game with your money, and you're the commodity, you know. Wow, what a slave system, eh? So I don't see that he's any kind of anybody's savior for anything. He's just a businessman like the rest of them, and he's barely human on that aspect, and he hasn't invented anything personally. I don't know that he's that smart. I guess we'll find out, won't we? You know. So we'll see. you know. So that's my thoughts on current events with that. and I'll take a sip of my coffee and tell you about yesterday. So I was watching Rex Bear Leak Project. It said Zuni Elder something something or another. Now I wasn't really impressed with the Zuni Elder, and I don't know if he's my age or even older. Have no clue. Maybe younger. I was thinking, and he looked like he had a very hard life by his choice. My face screams, I had a hard life and I'm getting sick of this shit, you know. So, but so I didn't see eye to eye, but then heard that he had a partner. Now I don't didn't know if it was his wife or business partner or who, but I went to check out their stuff over on their site on YouTube, which was Red Tail Hawk, something like that. Okay, so I subbed there and I thought, well, I'll check out what's here because there was only videos of zodiacs and tarot readings for each sign, and that was it for the first 2 weeks of April. And I'm thinking, well, and I know people um, can look at it with darkness or look at it in the reality of just dealing with the force of what is, but this woman had God in her heart. Well, okay. So anyway, I didn't go over there right away because I really did not like the dude. I'm just saying how I feel. I can't say anything else. I mean, I didn't hate him, but a native friend of mine used to say it's a good day to die. Well, that's like a way to say, well, that's what I wrote in the live stream in honor of my friend because he had God in his heart too, and any day was a good day to meet his maker. That's how he felt. So I wrote that and nobody responded to it. It's like, oh, okay, bad joke. Well, it's a good day, you know. Yeah, anyway, I mean, I'm not too terribly excited, but I have that faith and trust, and an inner knowing, you know. So, um, all right. So then later in the evening, I thought, well, I'll go listen to this lady and see what she's got to say because I love everybody. But not only do I see for myself ahead, but I see for other people too. And I was pleasantly surprised because it's not that I don't believe in tarot. I could do it myself. It's just I do it instinctively. God talks to me, so I don't need the cards. That's what I'm talking about. But, and that's not to put down anybody's talent or what they feel their message from God, the way um, she's teaching people, not to discredit her or anybody that does that at all. All my love to everybody on whoever you are like that. So, or who you're not like that. So, anyway, I was really pleasantly surprised with this lady named Lisa. That I actually liked her. No, like I said, I love people, but to literally like somebody and say, "Hey, like I could hang out with you. Let's do a bonfire," you know, that's that. Or if you run into them, you're just like, um, it, it's a mutual mind respect, or deeper, even kind of like just a family feeling when you meet somebody. It's like, hey, that type of feeling. So, yeah, I was really surprised. And not everything pertained to me, but a lot of what she said, and I could tell she was going through similar things. It's like, oh, yeah, okay, you do know. You know. Oh, no. So, yeah, I was, yeah, made a friend. If she sees my post I wrote to her, that I really don't um get readings or anything, and but it's not like I've never done anything like that or nothing. It's just, I do what I do and respect what people do, you know. Some people talk to the clouds, or trees or other people to uh, get their part of the creator, God. But yeah, whatever we're requiring, some people, I don't know if they hear him very loudly. I think that it's so quiet inside their souls that they don't barely recognize his voice. You know, that's why some of us have to try and scream a little louder. But I mean, as far as trying, sometimes not saying a word is the best thing in the world, and that's the best way you can try for them and you. It's like not only are they not deserving of a conversation because they run it in circles, it's like their own quiet, they are forced to examine themselves, whether they like it or not. No matter how they try to medicate or inebriate or whatever they do, scream, yell, cry, bitch, moan, whatever they do, to try and keep control of that situation, they feel powerful with that dark force behind them because it's all they got. And usually it's jealous people that are lack self confidence that do other people like that. So it is very true. Look at that too, and then that would be the type of person that just aches to talk shit about somebody else or um, spoil somebody's goodness with one bad word, or that type of person. I'm just sick of this world like that. It's like, yeah, if these dark force people want thought police, hey, I'm way ahead of you there. Don't worry. I've been thinking about you all my life. So that's very deep thoughts. Oh, and by the way, I have a couple videos where I was going through some bad stuff, and then when I heard some news that was like on um, current current things going on, and I come on here and I'm like calling somebody up, something like that. That don't ever think that that's directed towards anybody except the person that I'm screaming about because or those type of people, you know. So um, excuse my rant in that respect. Please forgive me to my tender-hearted subs. I do not mean to get so radical that I'm like a far lefty lunatic or some kind of Satanistic thing, because, yeah, it's a happy medium nowadays, you know? So I might get interrupted, it sounds like, but maybe not. I don't know. Yes, I think I am going to be, but it doesn't matter. I'll keep talking. Um, oh, let me see. But yeah, I don't mean to, yes, please forgive me. I don't mean to take out what's going on in everybody's life out on you. I just hope that I can help you express those same type of feelings towards the ones that are doing that to people, you know. So then I heard Russia's bombing on Syria, and it's like, nah, I don't know how much of that I believe, because there was a time in the past on the outskirts of Syria that wasn't technically any of their villages, that I don't remember if it who it was that was bombing there, but and then the president of Syria, his people love him. Look into that. So don't believe everything that you're hearing, like with Putin and Assad, and it's like, because I'm not too sure about that. It could be all um, the United Nations. It could be all somebody else over in that area. I suspect. I have a feeling, a sneaky feeling about that. Suspicions. More than suspicions, it's my instincts. It's like, that doesn't sound right. Where have I heard that before? When I heard that the president of Syria was gas poisoning their own people, when it was the Americans that was doing the Nave gas and that type of thing, and Agent Orange, and then one other time, like um, during the um, Desert Storm. Look it up. It's all true. I've heard it all before. I heard their bullshit just like that before so many times. And if something doesn't sit right with me, then I'm like, it's like I have a radar like that, because not only of my age, but God's using me like a puppet like that. So I know He is. I'm okay. You know, I love doing that. It's my pleasure. If my suspicions are right, any move ahead of them in thought, and recognizing that right away with our instincts, to go on our instincts is something they're trying to take away from us, and it's a big deal, and you need to, it's critical thinking is the biggest skill to teach our children and young adults nowadays. Critical, you know, for what's coming next, in our lives. Of course, we can't predict predicaments, but we can premeditate them and be guided by God, and actually get those instincts of what we should do or not do. And that's so important. That's critical. And who you're listening to as inside yourself is very critical for you. It is for them too. And that is extremely critical. It is hard to look at people that don't put enough thought, because they didn't, if you're young and you don't have the knowledge of what you're going into when you go into something that could affect millions of people. Wow, that's like a baby trying to say, I want to rule the world, and we're letting it. It's like, people have no idea. I think they're gonna pretty soon, though. I really do. I do have faith in that. I think I will see some immense changes of how the world is ran. I mean, like right now, they are taking more inner city buildings and whatever, and turning them into affordable housing or homeless shelters. And the more of that we could do, that, you know, like take Lionel Nation said, take all of Silicon Valley and just make it for the homeless, you know, because there's so many. Just open it up, you know, the whole thing. Why not? If these things out there that call themselves elite, um, wanting to truly be entrepreneurs and give away their money and then find other ways to get it back anyway. So if they really want to play that game and do it well and try to convince me that they did anything honorable, they would make sure there wasn't one person without a home or food and clean living facilities for them. Impress me, truly, or die. That's my wish for anybody that has the capabilities to help other people in these stressful times and the more stressful times that are coming up. If you got somebody wasting your time and your energy, you need to keep your energy for yourself. Don't put up with any nonsense at all. Just do like I tell my cats, walk away. And I used to with my cat and my dog, just walk away. I even had a cat, well, two cats and a bunny that all got along. But my one cat, she would go in and step on the bunny's head with her back foot and keep it pushed down on the cage and then kind of grab him by his neck. And I'm like, oh, no, no, you don't do that. And I taught her not to do that. I said, you do that again, and I'm not talking to you. And that's how much she loved me. So that's what I feel like too about these things. They say they love other people. Well, prove it. Absolutely prove it to me. Because the ones that have nothing give the most. The ones that have the most to lose are sacrificing everything. You know, that's admirable for the people that are truly speaking their minds and not giving a hoot what anybody says. I mean, not mindlessly, but God driven kindness for people in the world, even if they're inflicted. And some of their inflictions, they don't even realize where that force and that energy came from. If they are in that situation, if they know full well what they're doing nowadays. But there are some that are, well, I'm not going to say emotionally is not a good, maybe physically impaired to the point of actual mental harm, from physical inflictions. So, and that's a really big deal. That's one way that dark forces can get in at people is when you're injured in that type of way. So, and yeah, exercising helps, but you got to remember, like, not to overdo it. Pace yourself, but don't give up. Give yourself at least, if it's only one day, and touch your toes 3 times, or once a week, touch them once. But just remember once a week and never lose that drive. You know, that's the same with dieting. If you don't fast, um, that's up to you. But if you do even for 24 hours, it will be every when you fast for 12 hours, it regenerates your cells. So just even during the day or during the night, if you cut yourself off like early afternoon and then get up and eat a nice breakfast, I don't like breakfast, but whatever you do, or fast all day and eat in the evening. If you do that even once a month, you're going to regenerate your cells and that'll boost your immune system. So these monsters have tried to kill me, but I've put my eating pattern and my sleeping pattern Well, which is, it's minimal and iffy, but that's okay because now I just roll with it. It's like, you're not going to depress me at all, ever again. When I see that shit coming, I'm like, I'm out of there. It's like, no, I'm not a part of this. This is your thing. I don't do that. Thank you, but no thank you, you know? And I've been like that for a long time, but, I get a little foolish once in a while thinking that um, somebody that is like that anyway will ever be human, and it's not true. There is a separation of the wheat and the tares, and there are different places for each of those entities. So that's the way that goes. It's not coming together. Maybe learning to work together on this planet for them till their seed is no longer, but it's not merging. That's what they're trying. Their souls cannot ascend, and they're not supposed to. So, but they do need to learn to be human. You know, they want to rule the world. Well, then they would need to learn how to do that before they just take over like a baby driving a car. Sure, I'll give you my 440, stomp on it, you know? Oh, that's right, there are brakes, you know? Is it with a clutch? Or what these monsters really are doing, and it's a worse analogy than this. They're in an 18-wheeler, 18 speed, with split axles and you know and airbags and all kinds of things, and they just do not and cannot do it all by themselves, you know. And it is true. How come I can understand biology, but somebody that understands biology can't also drive a tractor like I can? You know, I mean, I'm just wondering, all these questions because they don't care to. No, that's not true. They would like to really be strong and courageous, but they're cowards, you know. It's true. I can waltz with the best of them, but I also know how to build a car from the ground up. I bake bread, but I know biology. Well, that's kind of biology too, but you get my gist. It's like I'm so sick of these peanut-sized brain, and they are so ugly inside and out. They make me sick, and they are repulsive because they don't care about anybody else but themselves. And if they think they're going to rule my offsprings without, and I swear when I'm out of this crappy skin suit that Satan helped demise for his fallen ones, if I wasn't here helping his stupid ass and their dumb asses, when I'm out of this flippin' skin, their souls are in such trouble. You would not believe it. It's not like, oh, I'm gonna haunt them. Oh no, it's not anything close to anything like that. They are so fucked, and I can't wait for that part. And that part I know is a fact. I think some of you were kind of built for that too. So we'll just see about that. So, and everybody involved had those premonitions for the end. Us in a group and them in a group on great fields, like auditoriums in existence, and this is a fact. Things that people don't really talk about, that I'm talking about, and each on their own level in groups. And we were all showing four different doors, four different gates for an eagle, a bear, a lion, and a goat. And the goats walked separately. So, well, I think I'll let it go. I thought I almost got cut off anyway, and that's a good place to end that because that's what's been on my mind. And I love y'all. Have a really good night or day wherever you're at. And don't let these foolish ones get you down. Even the ones that have money and they're out there doing things that we know God's like okay, we heal ourselves from the inside out, and if people put more thought into um, putting their life existence in somebody else's hands, may not be a really good idea. So, um, anyway, peace. Have a really good night or day.